a lot of people I have met, they usually say at their age, like if you, I was with one of the profound names in the classical vocal, Pandit Jasrat. He, few years back, had his 70th birthday, and he still sings. And he sings vocal classical Indian, but he still says he still has a lot of things to learn. And he was telling one of his incidents where he went to a temple and he was singing, and when he was singing in front of God, he feels the aura of being close to God. Or even if he is in public, or if a singer is in public, a normal singer, I mean a person who has dedicated his life to music, because it is what we call a sadhana. It's a kind of a yoga. And a yoga is a path in which you can attain a higher self. And music is one part where it's by its dedication and by its rehearsal, the depth of the inner self can be achieved. So usually when we meet a lot of classical music instrumental players or vocalists and stuff, they prefer saying, even if we are in the crowd, we just think that we are singing for God. And God gives us the strength in order to sing that tunes. And that gives a lot of life. Music has too much of a life. I mean, it's yes, today science is proving it's got healing powers and stuff, but that's today. I mean, this was not experimented, this was in process since ages when it came to the Indian culture. And actually it's a long story, but to cut it short, the thing is that everything in this world, what we speak and what we say and what we do, it starts from Anahadnad, which is very close to what the Western world says Big Bang. So Anahadnad, and then after that there was the noise or the voice, and which was recited and then came down to Om. And that's one of the reasons why the recital of Om is so prevalent in the Indian culture and tradition. So it's a big story, but then that will require another part of thesis.
Well, in addition to the performer, in regards to just like the layman or just the listener, do you think it gives more focus to their spirituality?
Definitely. Because it depends upon the music actually. If you're listening to pop and rap, then I'm sure it's not going to affect you, or it's going to deviate yourself towards something else. But yes, if it's soothing, it's soft, and it's something which is related to, because the Indian classical music, if you see, it's been said that it's the ragas that came out of, the basic ragas that came out were basically by Lord Shiva himself, by Lord Krishna himself. And so it started from the gods, the music. And if you're listening to it, it definitely gives you the calmness, the coolness. And the biggest thing is, even if you don't know anything about music, anything, whatever, the tunes, the notes, or anything, I will show you, guarantee you, if you listen to classical music for 45 minutes, it has a lingering effect on your brain. If you just sit calmly, listen to the music, and just shut the music off after it's done, You can sit there for two hours and you can still hear the same notes again and again and again and again.
Mm.
So that says that it has so much of life into it, and it soothes up. It soothes up the electronic activity in your brain. It's just not go rumble if you're going to listen to pop and jazz, and or if you listen to calm and soothing music. So I think, and all our scriptures, there are thousands and thousands of forms of poetry which were actually sung in front of Bhagwan on the classical music note. So it all goes side by side. And we are fortunate that, I mean, our parents and my parents and my grandfather and great grandfather, everyone were into music. And they knew quite a lot. And we are able to sustain that and listen to and enjoy the music.
Okay. Now, scientifically speaking, it's more like a vibrational, like energy that you can hear. But is there like a spiritual thing to it? Like, would you maybe consider it like a manifestation of God, who's, going into your eardrums and creating this feeling, or?
Recital of any sound has an effect on the body and the brain. Basically, our scriptures, the Swami scriptures, and Swami Bhagavan said that the body is, there are three bodies. It's the physical self, and there's the subconscious, and there's something which is inside, which is beyond the subconscious. And everything and anything we do, of course, we can see the subconscious sometimes when we have the brain, when we're having the dreams. So there's something coming out from inside which we never thought about. Or maybe if someone hypnotizes you, that's coming out. But there's even an inner body to the subconscious body, which we say as a Karan Sharira. And everything that is around you affects the physical self, the subconscious, and the other body that's inside. So that reaction to the body, I mean, if you give food in terms of the physical self, it's going to affect three bodies. So in the same way, anything and any vibration you're giving of the external environment is going to create a world inside your physical self, the subconscious self, and the inner self. And the positive vibrations, the more positive vibrations you have in your life are going to better things from inside. So it's like if there's a tree which bears fruits which are bitter, if you put on, it's an example given in one of our shastras, a tree bearing bitter fruits, if it's given sugarcane juice, poured into it, still the fruit is just still going to be bitter. But if the seed, if the seed itself you sow inside is of the fruit which is good in taste, or which is sweet in taste, that in spite of whatever dirt you put outside, it's still going to give you fruits which are sweet. So mostly every religion in the world, if you see, is more about cleansing the third body, so that anything that comes out is going to be sweet. You can superficially put on a body and give a smile to another individual and make believe yourself being happy or whatever. But what happens is there is a sense of suppression, and you're not letting yourself out. And that's why there are a lot of conflicts going on, and that's why all the people are